Hello, guys. Good morning. Good morning. A little tour of the studio. How's Chirac? It's cold. Damn cold. Gonna get some snow tomorrow. Let's see. Officially, it's 13 degrees. 13. 13 degrees in Chirac, Chicago. Welcome to the jungle. It's damn cold in the jungle. Say your prayers before you come to the jungle. Say your prayers before you come to the jungle. It be inhospitable. Inhospitable. All right. Let's get the show on the road. Burke County, North Carolina. Welcome to the show, Garrett. Good morning. Hope you got the day off and are going to do something productive. I hope you're going to do something productive. Maybe order your first order of silver. Maybe check out a coin shop local to you. Check out SD Bullion. Order yourself a little bit of this. A little bit of this. It was a crazy week last week. Stock market was up and down, or actually down and then up at the end of the week. We made some money on Friday. We damn did made some big money on Friday. We're going to make some more on this. There you go. Yeah, SD Bullion, great company. Just figure out how you want to. I order. You just order it and then you send them a check. And within like 2 weeks, they'll ship it out to you. You put your order number at the bottom of the check. You just mail it. That you can do that, or you can do a wire transfer if you want it quicker. There's all sorts of ways, but the cheapest way is do a check, and they don't charge you shipping if you order $200 worth. So that's like 10 coins. 10 coins will get you over the minimum. About $30 a coin right now. $33 a coin. Yeah, 33 with your premium. Check them out. Check out your local coin shop. Check out your local coin shop. See what they got. Should be able to just walk in there with cash. Be careful with credit cards because they're probably going to charge you a transaction fee on the credit cards. But check it out. Check it out. However you buy it, right? It's real money, my friends. It'd be real money. As I said, as I got older and wiser and Joe Bergen got into office, I started to preserve my wealth. This will preserve your wealth. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just a matter, is this great for your situation in life? I don't know what your situation is in life. Are you looking to buy a house in a year or two? This is I look at this as a long-term investment. This isn't buy and dump in a year. No. This is like to have and to hold. This is like marrying a wife, right? This is like to have for the rest of your life. Potentially to maybe if an emergency comes along, you could cash it in and get some money. Or if you're saving up for a house in like 10 years, a good place to put that money. But it's going to cost you a little bit. You got to pay premium on both sides. Getting in and getting out, you got to pay a little bit of premium. So, but it's not going to lose its value. That's the point. This is going to be stable. It's going to give you your value over time. That's it. How do you not pay a premium, my friend? Where do you go where there's no premium? I find that hard to believe. Or they're just adding it onto the price of the gold or the silver. Everybody charges a premium that I'm aware of. So if you got a special place, that's not, stay away from like eBay and places like that. You want a reputable company. But if you can find somebody that's hard up, you buy it from the public. You got your own store? got your own store. Yeah, I mean, if there's somebody who's checking out of this world, some old person that's got an estate that someone's trying to settle, and they want to get rid of that they get rid of that silver, and you want to pay spot for it. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Just make sure you know what you're buying. Make sure it's not fake. And there's machines out there. You can buy a Sigma machine for like about $2,000, and that'll tell you if it's real or not, and to what extent. That's the safest way. And then there's some other ways you can check it easily to be somewhat confident it's somewhat real. But at the very least, get yourself a little cooking scale, like at Walmart, like a $10-15 electric scale, just to make sure that it's truly a troy ounce. A lot of these fakes, they look good, but when you weigh them, they're over. So there you go. Get yourself a scale, and like I said, I've been buying for 4 years. I haven't sold yet. So to me, it's a wealth preservation thing. Yeah, there's quantum reality. Yeah, I've seen some videos of fakes, and they look pretty good. They look pretty good, even to the extent where, like, there was one where a guy owned a coin shop, and the guy in I think he's out east. He's out east in New Hampshire or somewhere. Yankee Stacking. That's the channel on YouTube. Pretty good channel. The only way he picked it up was it was missing some markings on the coin. I think it was like a Gold Eagle knockoff or something, and he could tell he said it was just a little bit heavier or whatever, and then he said it was missing some key markings. So yeah, Notre Dame and UNC in South Bend. A little bit of basketball, huh? How's UNC doing? How's Notre Dame? I haven't heard anything about Notre Dame basketball. Football been taken over. I try to watch Northwestern. I've been our local Big Ten team here in Chicagoland. So they lost to Penn State by 4 points on the road a couple days ago. Verify at least 3 times. Get yourself a Sigma machine. I mean, what are you talking about? Go, just get yourself a Sigma machine. It'll tell you if it's real or not. 8-6. All right. Well, yeah, North Carolina is always a good team, and I see your beloved son Michael Jordan finally sold his mansion here in Highland Park, Illinois, for $9.5 million. It was listed at one point for $30 million, and finally sold after 12 years. 12 years he sold his house. So some guy in real estate here in the Chicago area bought it. Yeah, some guy here. He's not going to live in it. I guess he's just going to, I don't know, have parties and stuff in it. I don't know. Seems like a lot of money to be thrown around. Yeah, it was. Yeah, when it went on the market first, it was $30 million. Michael also sold. I think his ex-wife had a condo downtown on Michigan Avenue area, Gold Coast, and they sold that too this year. I think he sold something for like $3 or $4 million. He had a penthouse in one of the high rises downtown that it was actually 2 penthouses or 2 condos merged together. So he's been selling his real estate. I think I heard he's like I think he might be worth $5 billion. $5 billion. $5 billion. So there you go. Yeah, the high end real estate here in Chicago is pretty poor. I see articles every once in a while about some of these rich people that have really thrown a lot of money at some real estate in downtown Chicago in the pricey neighborhoods, and they're stuck with them. There was I don't even know if they ended up selling. There was a couple that bought two lots in the Gold Coast of the Lincoln Park area, like two or three lots, and then it was crazy. They bought these lots for like, I don't know, 10 million, and then they rehabbed all the buildings for another 10 million, and tried to sell it several years later, and nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted. They created a $20 million monstrosity, and they were stuck with it. So I haven't heard if they ended up selling it or reduced the price. But there's a lot of nice places selling, and they're not that, people are taking what they can get. What are the nicer? The North mean for the working person, the north side, anywhere north of south side of Chicago. The south and west side of Chicago are kind of iffy. Um, there's some new areas on the west side that are starting to be up and coming, but you still get the crime late at night. That's the difference. Even on the north side of Chicago, there's crime that's seeping into the north parts of the city late at night and doing the dirty deed and then leaving. So there's really no area that's safe in Chicago at night. Late at night, you don't want to be out. You don't want to be out jogging late at night. Let's put it that way. Yeah, the real estate taxes here are ridiculous, guys. I was just talking to somebody yesterday. I mean, and you don't. It's like they're like boiled a frog, right? If you've been living here all your life, you don't realize how bad the real estate taxes are. And we'll give you an example. Now I live in the northwest suburbs, a highly taxed county, a nice county, but taxes are ridiculous here. One of the highest tax rates in the state when it comes to real estate for whatever reason. So I have a 2,400 square foot house living in a city, suburban home worth like 400 grand. My taxes are $9,500 a year. Okay, that's crazy. First bought this house 30 years ago, it was like $3,500. Now it's up to 9,500. House is probably worth double. When I bought this house, it was probably worth like 210 grand. Now it's worth 400. Now I have a cousin who just moved an hour east of Nashville to a small little town called Cooksville, I guess. Cooksville. So I went out on Zillow and I looked at houses in Cooksville, Tennessee. And $500,000 house in Cooksville, the property taxes in Cooksville are $1,500. Let me say that again. For a $500,000 house in Cooksville, they charge you real estate taxes of $1,500, like an eighth of what I'm paying. An eighth. Yeah, welcome to Tennessee and saving some money. Okay, there's just one example. And they look like nice houses, beautiful houses, brand new within like the last 5 to 10 years. Beautiful places, decent sized lot. I mean, in like a town. There's another guy on the internet I watch. He's looking to move from Palm Springs. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You take more than yeah, probably. Yeah. It's been going up like $500 like every year or every other year. The taxes, they just keep going up. Okay, so now there's another guy on the tube here. He's looking to move from Palm Springs to Alabama or Mississippi. He did some videos of some like farms that he wants to move to a farm. So he's looking at these places that have, like 30 acres, This one place had 30 acres. It had a 7-acre lake. Let me say that again. 30 acres. And within the 30 acres, they had a 7-acre lake for fishing, jet skiing, whatever you wanted to do. 7-acre lake. And then they had like an old kind of somewhat dilapidated house built in the 1970s that needed some work, okay? But there you go, 30 acres. What do you think the taxes on 30 acres, 7-acre lake, and in an older home, maybe like 1,800 square feet? $400 a year. $400 a year in taxes. That's it. Welcome to Alabama and Mississippi. I mean, it's crazy. Crazy. So there you go. And to make it worse, I mean, I did a video on Wilmette, Illinois. Okay, talk about the rich suburbs. Wilmette, up by where this is close to where Michael Jordan's house was. I was filming some video there this summer at their town hall, and there was a guy sitting there at a picnic table, and I was chatting to him. He was a bond trader at the Mercantile in downtown Chicago at one point in his life, and he's living in Wilmette, which is a highly liberal, rich liberal town on the North Shore. A lot of people with a lot of money. And he says he had like $1 million home, which is $1 million homes there, not much for $1 million home. Like my house would probably be like close to $1 million if you moved it over to Wilmette. So there you go. But anyway, he said his real estate taxes over there were $31,000 a year. $31,000 a year for a house in Wilmette. And let's face it, we're not talking like acres or anything. These are just normal, like city lots, with maybe like a nice older home. Maybe maybe like going back to, 1930s, 1920s type of house. Beautiful older home, Victorian or whatever you want to call them. But this guy, he goes, it's just money. It's just money. I pay it every year. What's one to do? He says. What's one to do? Like move out of the state. Move out of the state. I think if you wanted to save $31,000, you could move to somewhere like Tennessee, and maybe just spend $5,000 a year, huh? Yeah, there you go. Good time in the house. Probably, yeah, quantum reality. Yeah, figure it out. Yeah, probably paying anywhere from, if you average it out, the 30 years, probably been paying about $6,000. Yeah, there you go. $6,000 times 30, 180. Welcome to taxes, your quantum reality. How old are you, quantum reality? How old are you, my friend? Welcome to reality. Taxes will break you. I mean, if you work quantum reality, have you looked at your pay stub? I mean, just not to be blatant or anything. Look at your pay stub. I mean, 30% of your paycheck disappears before you even see it, my friend. Welcome to Taxation 101. My God, the government. That's why you need to be efficient and have a plan. Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. Taxes are not something you should willingly pay without asking questions, right? Without asking questions. How can I avoid this? How can I reduce this? How can I get out of paying this tax? I mean, there you go. And what am I going to get for it? That's the sad part. If you guys like Garrett here, who's young in his late 20s, well, what do you pay? What do you pay for taxes then, quantum reality? What's where are you at? Were you a guy from Indy? Yeah. We'll talk about the illegals. I can tell you what's going to be happening here with the illegals. And I've been seeing some stuff in the national media about the Republicans are trying to pass a bill to turn off funding to sanctuary cities. So there's a lot of people in sanctuary cities like New York and Chicago, that and Catholic charities, that are getting kind of worried because the Republicans really just want to turn off the spigot of money that's been flowing to the city of Chicago and places like that. What's been happening is all your FEMA money, Garrett. Yeah, the FEMA money that should have been going to North Carolina has been flowing to the sanctuary cities via directly to the cities, if not via NGOs. Yeah. So there you go. There's quantum reality. He has 7 acres in Missouri and he pays $1,500 of taxes. And that's reasonable. And what kind of house you have a house on that, quantum? Got a nice house, maybe 1,500 square feet, 2,000 square feet. Nice house. Yeah. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. $9,500 for a $400,000 house is not reasonable. Not reasonable. So there you have it. Welcome to Illinois. Welcome to corruption. Welcome to high taxes. So yeah, what's happened is the NGOs, Catholic charities, in Chicago, the Archdiocese of Chicago has been helping find homes or apartments for the illegals and giving them like 6 to 9 months worth of rent payments via grants that they've gotten from the government. Joey Bergen giving the NGOs lots of money to pay for these apartments. So one's going to ask, what's going to happen when the money spigot gets turned off? All those apartment renters or apartment landlords who worked out a deal to let the illegals live in their open apartments for 6 months, 9 months, a year. Now we're going to have to figure out where the illegals are going to get the money to pay for rent. Or do you just deport them? There you go. Have personal, what the hell is a personal property taxes? Personal property. What's a personal property tax? How much is a personal property tax? Yeah, some people are saying let's talk about economic collapse and recession, depression. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm surprised that the things aren't worse. Maybe they are worse. I just don't realize it, right? So once the money's turned off, you're going to see people screaming in Chicago because it's just going to go all through the economy, right? Landlords not getting paid, power companies not getting paid, cities not getting paid. People can't be able to buy groceries. They're going to be hoarding food at the food pantries. And then people are going to say, how did this happen? That's what's going to happen. How did this happen? How did this happen? Well, you let illegals come and live in your city. That's how it happened. It's pretty simple. Oh, I've heard that Trump's talked to Putin in the last 6 months, my friend. So let's talk a little bit about recession, which I firmly believe our economy's in a kind of in a recession, and commercial real estate is imploding, my friends. So Joe's going to rip us off. Yeah, he's trying. He's trying. He's trying to rip us off to the last minute, my friends. He's trying to destroy this country in any way, shape, or form that he can. Oh, and but the recession. I mean, the commercial real estate here in Chicago is every day, or yeah, pretty much every day I see articles out there, and they don't make the news, the real news, the mass media news, but there's articles out there in some of the trade rags talking about office buildings that are being repossessed, sold at auction, turned back into the bank, all around Chicago, suburbs, downtown, wherever you are at in the city of Chicago, there's commercial real estate that is empty and imploding. The last I heard, downtown Chicago, Michigan Avenue, and the Loop, those are the two big commercial centers in Chicago, and they're both 30% empty. So that means if they're 30% empty, they have an occupancy rate of 70%. So the industry standard in commercial real estate is 75, or the breaking point is 75%. So if you have a commercial building and you're not 75% leased, you have a problem. You have a problem. Because once you're below 75%, the financial economics just don't work. You're not able to sustain your maintenance cost, your utility cost, your real estate costs, your mortgage costs, which a lot of these buildings are highly mortgaged, not just a little bit mortgaged, highly mortgaged. So a lot of these commercial real estate buildings are changing hands for pennies on the dollar, or 50% of a dollar. Yeah, it's losing. And the value, let's talk about the value of commercial property. Your house here is valued by its value. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Commercial real estate is valued at the value of the building plus the value of the income. So when they look at a commercial building, they're just not appraising the structure. They're appraising the structure, and then they're also adding on the income producing piece of it, and that adds value. Well, think about it. If the value of the structure is going down and you're not renting that building, and the value of the income is going down, what do you think's people are gonna wake up at some point, these owners of these buildings, and say, hey, you're taxing me at $5 million, but my building is really only worth $2 million now. There's one scenario. Oh. Another one is, so say that building, that commercial building gets sold for, it's worth $5 million. It sells for 2.5. The first thing that new owner is going to do, he's gonna file for a real estate evaluation and reassessment, because he's probably paying taxes on the $5 million, and he knows it's not worth that anymore. So he's gonna go right to the tax assessor and say, hey, I just paid $2.5 million for this building. That's all it's worth, and you're taxing me on twice that. Lower my taxes. So if you get a lot of people in the city doing that, guess what happens? The taxation that has to make up that shortfall is either the city's got to do with less, which welcome to Chicago. Have you ever heard anybody say that Chicago can reduce spending? Chicago is spend, spend, spend. Chicago and Illinois always have a spending problem. They don't know what the word save is. If in our state government, if they come out with a program or anything, it is there to stay forever. They never do away with any programs. They very rarely talk about, efficiencies in anything. It's all about spend, spend, spend. You go back and look at spending as our state government. State government now is like spending like $55 billion a year. Just like, I think I heard like 6 years ago, our spending or our budget was like 40 billion. So in a matter of 5 years, 5 to 6 years, our budget as a state has gone from 40 billion to 55 billion. That's crazy. That's crazy. And where does all that money come from? So there you go. So yeah, we're looking forward to Gark. We're looking forward to Trump in 2025. We're looking to make some money on the stock market. Here's a high flyer for right now, my friends. There's the high flyer. Got me some of that. We're not giving financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Got me some of this. Got me some Google. Got me some American Express, AXP. Those are the ones that I'm playing with right now. If you're new to the channel, when I say I'm playing with, I usually buy those stocks, hold on to them for a week or two, and dump them once they've gone up maybe $5, $6, $10 a share. We try to time it a little bit. We look for these stocks to go down, and dollar cost average into them when they're down, and pray and hope that they go up. All right, that's the way it works. That's the new game in town, my friend. Buy and hold is dead. Me to man, not sure what you're talking about, Manuel. We know where the money comes from, but where does it all? Yeah, that is a question, quantum reality. You're in the backwoods of Missouri. It'd be beautiful. You just sit around and look at the chipmunks running around. Oh, my Lord, Missouri. Watch the, I think that's where that's where we have our stealth bombers located in Missouri. Whitman Air Force Base, I do believe. I think it's in Missouri. How about Fort Leonard Wood, my friend? I knew some people that spent time in Fort Leonard Wood. There you go. The Army. There you go. So have a plan, guys. For 2025, I hope you have a plan. I hope you're out of debt. Stay out of debt. Hopefully you didn't dig yourself a hole here for Christmas. So get that emergency fund pumped up. Pump up the emergency fund. Think about protecting some of your wealth with some metals, right? Some gold and silver if you can. And above all, have a plan. If you're gonna invest in anything, invest in yourself. Like my buddy Garrett here. Garrett, do you have any education, my friend? Do you have an education? Do you have some desires to further your education and obtain some more skills, my friend? Um, that's probably what people need to do. Yeah, you're gonna need your money. You're gonna need your money. You're gonna need your beans and weenies too, in the basement. Some water. Always need to have that. Um, when people say the economy hasn't collapsed yet, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. The economy has been collapsing. It's just that we're not going to just wake up one day and the economy has collapsed. Since 2008, 2009, the great financial crisis, the stock market and our economy has been collapsing. But we have organizations such as the Fed and the Treasury that have been propping it up, and it's hard to see sometimes, right? It's hard to see sometimes because they've been propping up the economy to make it look like everything is hunky dory. We've been seeing the last 4 years that we've been getting false numbers from Joey Bergen, right? Joey Bergen can't count anything properly. So anything you get, any government number you get, unemployment, jobs, inflation, I mean, it's all manipulated, my friends. It's all manipulated. Do you believe inflation is at 3% right now? I don't. I go to the grocery store, I'm paying like, geez, two, maybe 3 times as much as I was back prior to the jabby. There's a lady that has a channel. She's been tracking prices at Aldi's for the last 4 years. She says prices have gone up like 55% over 4 years. In the last year, prices have gone up like 7 to 8% at Aldi's. There you go. Well, start investing in yourself, Garrett, and make sure you got a good job. If they're matching your 401, make sure you're doing that. And hopefully you guys have Roth IRAs. If there's somebody out there working and you don't have a Roth IRA, you really need to investigate that, because that'd be free money too from the government. A little bit different, but you need to have both if you can. Get your 401k, max out on that, and then some. And then think about getting a Roth IRA to have and to hold. It's a good thing to have. It's a good way to save for a home too. If you're a youngin, it's a good way to save for a home. And as long you have to have 5 years, you have to have it open for 5 years before you can use it for a home purchase. But you can use it for a first-time home purchase after 5 years. So get yourself a Roth IRA. Take advantage of all these taxation savers, right? I'm the guy that knows about taxation. My Lord. Our state income tax here is like about almost 5%. And like I said, our real estate taxes are through the roof. I pay like $150 for every car to be able to drive it on the road every year. So the state has their hand in our pockets immensely here in Illinois. And if you're looking for a place to come and live, it's not here. It's not here. Everyone be leaving Illinois, and there's reasons for that. There you go. Good time. What age? He just has to be working. I don't know if there's a Roth IRA limit. They just have to have a Social Security Social Security card, and he has to have a job, a real job. He has to have earned income, and so he has to be filing a tax form. But other than that, as long as they're working, if they're working at, I think you have to make $2,000 a year minimum. If he's working at the local restaurant as a busboy or something, he could probably be having a Roth IRA. There you go. He's 11. Depends on how much he's making, my friend. Maybe want to give him a couple of years, but check it out. Check it out. I haven't checked. I mean, I don't, like I said, he's got to have, technically, he's got to have a job, right? He's got to have a job. He's got to have a W-2 coming in. Like I have a Roth IRA, but I can't add to it anymore because I'm retired. I don't have income. I don't have earned, it's got to be earned income. I got income from investments and stuff, but that's not earned income. So I can't put any more money into my Roth IRA because I'm not working. So that sucks, but that's the way it goes. These guys got a few years, but yeah, get them set up. I know I've got college students. I had a nephew. He was probably 16. I set him up with a Roth IRA when he was 16, and he was working at a car wash, doing some stuff like that, like a part-time job. So we set him up. I gave him some money to start it out, and he was like 16 years old. So he's had it since he was 16. He's now like 27. So he's got 10 years in. There you go. Yeah, for the Roth IRA is the biggest because there's no tax advantage. Right? I mean, if you have an IRA, if you create an IRA for yourself, you get a deduction on your taxes right away. The Roth IRA, you don't get a deduction, and you have to fund it with after-tax money. But the kicker is, once you've funded that Roth IRA, every dollar, every increase in value that goes up, when you're ready to pull that out at 59 and a half, or when you buy a home, you don't pay taxes on that. There's no taxes after you have a 40 or a Roth. The Roth, you pay no taxes because you already paid taxes on the money that you were funding it with. So the government gives you the break of not having to pay taxes on the back end. So that's the beautiful thing. Rita Sconford, we've seen him before. Donald Trump, this is when Keir Starmer. Who cares? He's the guy in England now. Is that it? I don't even hear about him here in the United States. We don't hear about the politicians in England. All we hear about is a royal family. They'd be screwed up. Yeah, there you go. Mr. T in the house. I hear he's going to, I think he's been invited over to the palace. So once he gets in, it's going to be one of his first trips potentially over to see Prince William. And I wish he would take Prince Harry with him. And Meghan Markle, she's talk about a loser. Yeah, pudding. I was going to do pudding today. We'll do that tomorrow. I was gonna have myself some figgy pudding. Oh, I got some pudding in the pantry over here. I'm gonna eat pudding live on air tomorrow. So stay tuned. No, Gary FL1. There was somebody Drew FL1, but he hasn't shown his face today. No Spaghetti Man. No. The Italy guy off on a Saturday. It's Saturday. Yorkshire pudding. Yeah, not too many Brits in the house today. Not too many Brits. Just that one. I do believe that Red Shaw, whatever. I think he might be from Britain. From Britain. Praise the Queen and the King. There you go. There you go. No, yeah, I'm not a royal family lover. Yeah, hit the like, share, and subscribe if you would. I think I'm. Are you seeing the likes out there? I changed my setup to show likes. Are you seeing the likes out there now as they come on? We only got 7 likes, 8 likes. Hope you can see it. I changed my setup the other day. Your mother owned a house in Illinois. Financially, it made more sense to sell. Yeah. Yep. That's that's the reality of it, my friends. That is the reality. There you go. 9 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being loyal viewers. I hope that I'm giving you guys some wisdom. Hope I'm giving you some good content. I was out yesterday doing some running of errands. I got some cars in the wild videos. So if you're into cars like I am, I kind of like classic cars, but if I'm out in like a big parking lot and I see some cool cars, I'll video them as a short. So there's one out there right now. I'll probably drop another one either later today or early tomorrow. So I think I saw a great Ford Bronco yesterday and a nice Cadillac XT5. XT5, nice little SUV. Oh, there you guys go. So I hope you're ready for 2025. It's going to be a rough ride. It's going to be a rough ride, but it's going to be a good ride, right? They picked a Speaker of the House yesterday. They seem to got things on track for now. We have hope when it comes to Mr. T. We got hope. I mean, come on. This guy's been saved. He's been saved. There was somebody looking out after this guy. You just saw a miracle last year, my friends. This guy, he may end up being a saint someday. Look at boat stuff. What's a boat stuff? They're getting a boat show here in Chicago this weekend. In Rosemont, you want to look at boats? Go to Rosemont in edge of Chicago. They're having a boat show. There you go. There'd be some beautiful boats here in Chicago. Lake Michigan's a beautiful lake for boating if you got a good sized boat, but you get those small boats out there on Lake Michigan, sometimes they go down. Coast Guard saves quite a few people during the summer. You would not believe. Yeah, the Coast Guard. Mofo probably knows about it too. He probably sees them washing up on the shore over there on the other side of Michigan. It gets pretty nasty on the lake. Gets pretty nasty. You're concerned about the Speaker. Nah, what's there to be concerned about? You got Donald Trump telling them what to do. Yeah, but as far as I'm concerned, boats around here though, boats are a hole where you throw your money into it. If you got a boat here, you've got like 4 months tops to use it. So you got to be devoted to it, and that only lasts for so long. I mean, life gets in the way of boating, right? I know some people that have boats, and a lot of time and money and expense for a boat, and the window to use it is pretty small here, pretty small. Probably like really middle of May to maybe the middle of September. That's it. You probably got to have it out of the water by that time. So it's pretty limited, and some of these boats. I got videos out there too where we were looking at some boats. We were at a restaurant where they had a boat dealership, and some of these boats can go for, $400,000 or $500,000. These ski boats, they're crazy. They're crazy. Like a 28-foot ski boat, $400,000. $400,000. Crazy. Yeah. And if it rains, that doesn't mean the weather's always going to be great, right? You're going to be out there in the the cold and blowing rain trying to have fun on your boat. I got a convertible. It's a boat on land. There you go. All I gotta do is just put the top down and off we go. So I'd much rather, I enjoy having a convertible. So if any of you guys in the warm climates are thinking about a purchase, consider getting yourself a convertible. They're awesome. They're awesome. Now it gets a little hot during the day, like a 95, 98 degree day in Illinois is not the day to be riding a convertible. It gets a little toasty, but once you get to like 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you can head out, do some running along the roads in the countryside, and stop somewhere, have a drink and a sandwich, and enjoy the scenery. So there you go. I highly recommend getting yourself a convertible if you can afford it and you can find one. So there you go. Turn the wipers around and here you go. Nice mist. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Always wanted a boat, but just the numbers didn't make sense for me. Didn't make sense for me. So I've got my boat. My boat is Land Cruiser #1, and I spend enough money on that every year. Believe me, between oil changes, brake fluid changes, and now I got a little leak I need to get taken care of. That's going to cost me. So I probably spend like about, well, all my cars, I spend at least $500 a year on my cars, maintaining them, even though I'm not, no car payments on them, but I'm spending at least $500 a year maintaining them, and that's on a good year. Next year I got one. If I have, like this year on one of my cars, I had to buy new tires. That was $1,000 proposition, and that was actually cheap. Some of these tires, if you go to a dealership and some of these run flat tires, it can cost you $2,000 for a set of tires, and that's just four tires. You don't even get a spare anymore. 4 tires, $1,000 I paid. So there you go. So it's all about this, guys. All about this. I'm going to end for today. Let's get the music going here as we close out the day. It's Saturday. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you're having a good day. Do something productive. Make sure you have a financial plan. Know where you're going. Yeah, you got the money. Let's get some music going as we end the show. There you go. Behind My Back by Rage, guys. Thanks for joining us. Like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell. Mr. T says he loves you, and we can't wait to January 20th. We're 16 days away, my friends. 16 days away. Over and out. The Good Time, Garrett Clemens, Mofo, everyone, you loyal listeners, we love you, love you, love you. Hang in there. It's 2025, and Donald Trump's in office. What more can you say? Over and out. DJ Wonder, Chrissy from Land Cruiser Midwest. Thank you. Love you. There you go.